Hi again. Hope you're all doing well during this whole COVID crisis here. I saw this on YouTube, so I thought it was a pretty good idea just to keep, myself entertained and hopefully you entertained. But I saw a guy ranking took one of his favorite musicians, or some of his favorite musicians, and ranking their studio albums from least to greatest. And I thought that's a pretty good idea, and I'm gonna give that a shot. But there's very few musicians where I have every single album that they ever brought out. But I did think of one, and that was Rancid, a punk band formed in the early '90s. Big influence on me growing up and now. Anybody who I grew up with or hung around with is pretty familiar with them, but not everybody is. But fusion of punk and reggae, and some other elements around that genre. So I'm just gonna take the albums from least to greatest, the ones that I think are, like I said, are the best, and some that I think are, not bad. There's really none of these albums that I dislike. I mean, they're all pretty good in their own special way. Some just have a bigger influence on me and a bigger boom, if you will, than others. You're going to keep this in mind when I get into details. I do tend to cuss when I get into it because I'm very expressive when it comes to this sort of thing. This is something to keep your mind occupied. Again, this is strictly my opinion. You don't have to agree with me. You can tell me I'm way off the track here as far as my opinion goes, but it's not my fault that your opinion sucks. All right, let's get right down to it, huh? All right, I'm going to start off with the most recent Rancid album, and that was from 2017. It was Rancid's Troublemaker. Not a bad album. It's pretty good. Some decent tunes on here. They might be milling out a little bit as they get older. I mean, they're pushing in their 50s, early 50s, mid 50s, what have you. But there's some pretty decent songs on here. Farewell Lullaby was my favorite. I enjoyed that very much. Molly Make Up Your Mind's catchy. Molly Make Up Your Mind. Yep. The Beauty of Pew Hall is good, okay? Pretty good. As far as like real hardcore getting fast, I Kept the Promise is pretty good. Boba Rock and Roll, I could do without. That's kind of a goofy song. There's others in here that are pretty good. Buddy kind of has like a little horn in the beginning that's really really interesting, and I kind of like myself. But there's others in here that are pretty good. Intimate close-up of a street punk troublemaker. Track Fast is really quick. Ghost of a Chance, Where I'm Going. Overall pretty decent album. Definitely not their best, but not by any means. But it's not bad. Not bad. Give it a listen to sometime. Next one is the album that preceded that, and that was 2015's The Honor Is All We Know. I found this to be pretty good. I mean, some more dark songs on here. I mean, Already Dead's a killer too. Yes, I'm already dead. That's fucking kicks ass pretty good right off the bat. Diabolical Malfunction. I mean, everybody's suffering. I'm like, holy shit. It's just like we're going some pretty dark territory with this. But Back Where I Belong, definitely one of those, let's do this thing kind of thing. Collision Course is a good tune. Raise your fist. Honor Is All We Know. That's one of those songs I've seen on Rancid albums consistently. It's kind of that thing where Tim and Lars and Matt, throw, their vocals into it, and it becomes kind of a circle where they throw in each a verse and then sing it all together, which is pretty fucking cool. But that's one of my main gripes with this one is that Matt Freeman. It's the only Matt Freeman vocals on this particular record. That's fucked up, man. Matt Freeman's got a good voice, man. Real deep, real high. Kind of the way I talk, basically. But, he can actually sing. But he's like, see? That sucked. Don't pay no attention to that. But it's not terrible. But, definitely not that best, no. But, it's not awful. Kind of like I said, latter ends towards further into, I don't say latter end because they're not still together. But, towards now that they're getting a little older, they kind of only out there, but still pretty decent album. Check it out sometime. You may like it. Like I said, kind of a darker tone, but not a bad record. Not a bad record. Let's see. What else can? What's the next one? It's just seeing a trend here about a lot of records, and yeah, that's probably what's but the album prior to that one, Let the Dominoes Fall from 2009. The theme here I'm seeing a lot is about the war in Iraq. I mean, yeah, for instance, liberty and freedom, the bravest kids, civilian ways. Those are all pertaining to that particular theme. The first song off this album's pretty good. Another is night. That's very catchy. Up to no good. Last One to Die. Decent tune. You want it, you got it. That's good. I enjoy that very much. The very last song is very good. The Highway. Good tune. Acoustic, but very good. Very shows you the talent which these guys have. That's just the way it is now. That's kind of a shit song. I wasn't a big fan of that. That little interlude in the middle. Yeah, fuck that. No good for me. Disconnected. To get a little too political there. Getting whiny about the Iraq War and all that. That's shit, man. I don't listen to music to get some political message out of it. Which some of my favorite bands do, which I don't agree with, but that doesn't mean I dislike them very much. But Skull LA River, yeah, it's a Matt Freeman song. That's fucked. I mean, Matt Freeman, almost every song he's ever sang is the shit, man. I enjoy it very much. Boom, I mean, he got that in there. Yeah, that's killer, man. Yeah, check that out. But like I said, a lot of albums, for the latter albums, this is not bad, but a little too political theme for me. I'm actually going to rearrange my order. I'm going to actually put this in front of this. Just because, no, strike that. I take it back. I'm rearranging again. I'll put this in front of this because Matt Freeman has vocals on this, lead vocals on this. And that to me is key with Rancid because he's got a killer voice if you take the time to hear it. So that's that. Let's see who's next on the list. Come on down, just like they do from The Price is Right, right? Next one for me is going to be Life Won't Wait, which came out in 1998. This is a pretty good tune, Blood God, I can see 360. That's a real good fucking song. As far as Crash Culture and Violence, which features Dickie Bear from the Mighty Mighty Bosstones pitching in there. Something on the World Today. That's New Dress, fucking awesome song. Crane Fist, it's got that oh no, Tim Laz's voice there, and Tim's chiming in with this little kind of like a reggae sort of thing here. The Wolf, fucking awesome song. That song's the shit, man. That's a real good song. I enjoy that very much. Hoover Street. She got a new dress. That's it's a good Hooligans. That might have pissed some people off. It's a little reggae-ish, and it's got that dude's voice, that Rancid, that. But it's not a bad album. But this is pretty decent. It's got the tunes, Awful Suspicions. Clap is it's kind of that sounds kind of dry. I'm not a big fan of that song. Again, my opinion, nothing more. But this album holds a special place in my heart because when in the fall of 1998, these guys were on tour, and I saw them Halloween night at the Palladium, Western Massachusetts. I went with an older buddy of mine. We drove down there, and my father was very ill at the time. He was fighting cancer. So when I think about this album, I think about that night, and how I was very entertained being with my pals, and given the situation that my family and I were going through at the time. This is definitely a change of pace. So I mean, this album's supposed to special place in my heart. And like I said, there's some pretty decent tunes on this. Life Won't Wait. Well, don't you wait. Get this album and give it a shot. You won't regret it. All right, next is Indestructible, which came out in 2003. Excuse me. Fall Back Down, good. This one had a lot to do with Tim Armstrong going through with the voice at the time. From the chick from the Distillers, what the hell her name was, Brody something. Who gives a shit? She's old news now. But that's pretty good tunes in here. Spirit 87. Those some real good tunes in here. I take that back. Tropical London, good tune. Born Frustrated. David Courtney. That's a pretty good tune, you know. Where are you, motherfuckers? Yeah, that's getting in your face. Travis Bickle's a very dark song. I mean, it's about freaking taxi drivers, so what the hell do you expect? Red Hot Moon's a good, great song. Ghost Band I enjoyed a lot. Ivory Coast I like. Other Side. As far as like dry songs on this, songs that I think are are dry and not really that great. Stand Your Ground I was not a huge fan of, but like I said, this is my opinion. You can tell me to go shit a brick and say that's a great song. Again, it's my opinion. So, Dango, you drag the body around. Yeah, it's good times. Yeah, this is a pretty decent too. This is a good one. I enjoyed this very much. Obviously, the ones I'm going to name prior to that I like better, but this is definitely a good album. I check out Indestructible. I promise you, you'll be right. Next one is the album that broke him into the mainstream, if you will. It's the only album to ever go platinum, and it's the song. It's the first time I first got into them was right around that time frame, and it was 1995's "And Out Come the Wolves." Their best selling album. Probably their most popular album. The shows I go to, they play a good majority of this album, obviously. But yeah, it's good. It's good. It's got Maxwell Murder, Time Bomb, the one that everybody knows, Olympia, Washington, Lockstep Gone, Listed MIA. I mean, you go over the laundry list of this. Journey to the East Bay, She's Automatic, Old Friend, War's End, Don't Care Nothing, The Way I Feel. I mean, this is a solid album. There. I mean, I saw this the first time I saw Rancid was on this tour in 1996 at the old Avalon in Boston. Good show, good album. Like I said, a little maybe outplay just a tad, but bands do that. You tend to play a majority of the album that's brought you to the mainstream or brought you attention, or made you a big money maker, or is most recognizable. So I mean, yeah, some of these songs do get played out a lot when you go see them a show, but they're not bad songs. It's not like, oh shit, I don't want to hear that fucking song ever again. Please, no. I could never get sick of any Rancid tune. I mean, they're all great. I mean, I'd be pissed if they didn't play a good majority of these tunes because this is a good album, good solid album. I like it. Dig. All right. Next is one that not too many people know about, but coming off the heels of Life Won't Wait, this was one of those, whoa shit, what the hell is that? Because it was just so unexpected and so off the beaten path as far as Life Won't Wait went. And that was the self-titled album from 2000. This song has 17 songs, and I take that back, 22 songs, I apologize. And it's just boom, right in your face. Just hardcore punk, just Loki's fucking awesome song. Let Me Go. I think very highly of this album. Not many people think too much of it because it kind of just disappeared. Or people who were into the Life Won't Wait thing were just listening to this and were expecting that. And it was completely different from that album. Because it was just like, boom, in your face. Blackout Down, Rwanda, Corruption, Antennas. These songs are very hot and get you going, It's just like, it's some songs, if you're feeling pissed, you just want to go, you just want to knock somebody out. Not that I'm condoning that. Let Me Go, it's quite alright. Don Giovanni, the first tune right at the bat. Radon Effects, yeah. This is a solid album. I enjoyed this quite a bit. I saw them on tour for this back in 2000, but it was right when I was 20. It's when I just turned 21 at the time, and I admit I had gotten pretty bagged up and don't remember much of the show, which I regret. But I did see them back in 2006 when they weren't even promoting an album and just touring for the sake of touring. They played a good majority of this album, so I made amends for that. But yeah, this is killer. I enjoy this a lot. It's not my favorite, but definitely in my top 5, obviously. It's number 3, obviously. So yeah, check it out, my man. Okay, the next number 2 for me is their first album ever. And that was I think this came out in 92 or 91, one of the other. But it was their first self-titled album, which is their first album. Was a great, solid album. Rats in the Hallway, you know, Out of My Mind, Injury to Bono, you know, good songs, man. Get Out of My Way, Hyena's a great song, you know. Great album. Whirlwind, Rejected. This is, this is what got them into brought it to everybody's attention, man. You know, this is the album where, well, obviously didn't break any particular ground with them, but it got their foot in the door. And, you know, they became familiar with their brand of punk and, you know, the sound and the quality. And, you know, you saw the mixture of Tim and Lars and Matt and the drummer at the time, Brett Reed, who, I forgot to mention, Rancid, Domino's Fall was the first album with Brent Steckart. I think I'm saying his name right. Probably fucked it up totally, but I tried. But, you know, Brett Reed, you know, did his job with those first couple of albums, and it was quite a combination. And the show, and I saw many shows with just the four of them, but this is the one that brought them all for them, obviously did it for them. And you know what? I can listen to this album anytime, anywhere. You know, I hope probably in the same regard as the one I just mentioned previously, the previous self-titled album from a couple years later. But yeah, Rancid, 94, 92, 91, somewhere on there. I can't see the copyright, but yeah, totally. You gotcha. But the granddaddy for me, as far as all the Rancid albums go, the one that I mean, if you're a Rancid fan, you already know what I'm going to say. But by golly, by chance, by whatever the fuck, Let's Go. Let's Go is definitely the Queen Mother for me, man. This was a great fucking record. 1994, released in 94. You know, Nihilism, Radio. I mean, the list just goes on and on. The Bout of Jimmy and Johnny, Gunshot, I'm the One, Ghetto Box, Harry Bridges, St. Mary, Dope Sick Girl. These are all great tunes. 23 songs, 7 years down. You know, Nihilism, great fucking song. I love that song. Radio. Oh, Jesus. As One, that's a great fucking song. I mean, this is shit, man. I mean, this is solid. I mean, there's not one song on this CD that I dislike. And this is obviously not their bestseller or anything like that, but this is definitely the album for me. I mean, if you're going to mention Rancid to anybody, I say, buy Let's Go, and you will not be disappointed. Because if you're a punk band, if you're a ska fan, if you elements of reggae, not so much, but still, you know, you'll get into that in later albums, but if you're going to break the ice, then buy this, my friends, because this is the shit here. And you will not be denied. I can assure you on that. It's a great album. And you know what? It really broke a lot of ground for me, getting into like punk and so forth, you know, at the age of 14, 15, whatever. But this album holds a good candle for me. And you know, I salute you, Let's Go. Great fucking album. Absolutely. All right, so that's my ranking of Rancid's discography, if you will. I didn't include, you know, the B-side, C-side one, or the split they did with NoFX because, you know, that's just, you know, compilations. I just strictly studio albums. I'm thinking of doing another one of these at some point, but, you know, like I said, I don't have every CD. All musicians that I enjoy, I don't have all their CDs, so I mean, or their albums rather. Some of them I've heard and I don't possess. But I was gonna see who I have that I have a majority of their albums and probably do some type of ranking for it and know how my knowledge of that album. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope everybody stays safe. I hope everybody's, you know, staying healthy. You know, during this whole COVID thing, we're all kind of trapped in the house, so try to keep yourselves entertained as much as you can because there's only so much crap on TV you can watch or the radio, or whatever. And you know, if you have time with your kids and enjoy time with your kids, even if they drive you crazy, they're your kids. You know what? And they make you happy. You know, because they're not mine. Excuse me. See, jinxed myself there. But all right, guys. I hope you are well, and I'll catch you on the flip side. All right, peace out.